All right, man. Lean in closer, turn the lights down low, because once I start this, you're not going to want anyone else in the room with you. Imagine this. It's 2:47 a.m. You're alone in your apartment, and your phone buzzes with a single text from an unknown number. The message is just a photo of you, taken 30 seconds ago from inside your own bedroom, while you were looking the other way. Before I go any deeper, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button real quick, because I've got way darker stories coming, and you're not going to want to miss what's next. Trust me. Cool? You ready? These are 4 real stalker cases so twisted that every single victim had to vanish. New names, new states, sometimes new countries, just to stay alive. Names and a couple tiny details changed for obvious reasons, but everything else straight from the police files, the victims' own mouths, and the nightmares they still wake up from. Story 1. The guy who lived in her attic. Sarah, Portland, Oregon, 2018. Sarah was your typical 28-year-old graphic designer, worked from home, loved true crime podcasts, ironic, right? And lived alone in this cute little craftsman house in southeast Portland. One night, she wakes up freezing, like teeth-chattering cold. She figures the heater crapped out again, gets up, pads to the thermostat, and notices little flakes of plaster on the hallway carpet. Looks up, and there's a perfect square cut into the ceiling, barely visible in the dark. She thinks mice, shrugs it off, goes back to bed. But then, the little things start. Food disappears from the fridge, but only tiny amounts, like someone's taking a single bite of her yogurt and putting it back exactly where it was. Her shower curtain is pulled a few inches farther than she leaves it. One morning, she finds her hairbrush on the bathroom counter with a single long strand that definitely isn't hers. She installs cameras. Nothing. No break-ins, no footprints in the snow outside. Cops come, do a sweep, tell her she's just stressed. Then one night, the camera in the hallway catches it. The attic hatch lifts, like 2 inches, just enough for a pair of eyes to look straight down at the lens. Then it closes, silent. Turns out a guy named Derek, who she'd literally never spoken to, had been living up there for 7 months. He'd crawl down at night, watch her sleep, eat her food, shower after she left for yoga, wear her clothes sometimes. He even had a little nest with printed photos of her sleeping. When the cops finally dragged him out, he was butt naked, covered in insulation, smiling like he'd just been caught playing hide and seek. Sarah sold the house the next week, moved to the East Coast under a whole new name. Last I heard, she still sleeps with the lights on and a knife under her pillow. Story 2. The wrong number that knew everything. Jessica, Austin, Texas, 2020. Jessica starts getting these random texts, wrong number, sorry, with a blurry photo attached. First one is just a street sign near her apartment. She ignores it. Then another, a photo of the coffee shop she's literally sitting in at that exact moment, taken from across the street. The text says, "Love that blue jacket on you." She blocks the number, new number, same thing. Starts off innocent, like, "Hey Jess, it's Mike from Statistics." But she never took statistics, and nobody calls her Jess. Then the messages get creepy precise. What she ate for dinner, the fight she just had with her mom on the phone, the brand of tampon she's using. She changes her number 3 times. Every time, within 48 hours, he's back. He never threatens her directly, just these calm, friendly little updates like they're dating. "You looked pretty when you cried tonight." Stuff that makes your skin crawl because it's so normal sounding. Turns out it was a guy she'd briefly dated in high school 15 years earlier, who'd spent over a decade building fake social media accounts, hacking her iCloud through an old reused password, and planting air tags in her gym bag, her car bumper, even inside the lining of her winter coat when she left it at a party once. Jessica quit her job, sold everything, and disappeared to a tiny town in Montana, population 312. She goes by a different name now, pays cash for everything, no social media, no smartphone. She told a friend, "I'd rather be lonely forever than feel his eyes on me one more time." Story 3. The Neighbor Who Rewrote Her Life. Emily, Columbus, Ohio, 2019. Emily moves into a duplex. Sweet old lady next door, Mrs. Carter, always waving, bringing over cookies. One day, Mrs. Carter mentions Emily's ex-boyfriend by name, the abusive one Emily never told anyone about, not even her therapist yet. Emily laughs it off, figures she must have mentioned it sometime. Then Mrs. Carter starts dropping more bombs. Knows Emily's new work schedule, knows she's on antidepressants, knows she's been looking at abortion clinics online. She was 6 weeks pregnant and terrified. Emily installs a Ring camera pointing at the shared wall, catches audio of Mrs. Carter on the phone at 3 a.m. whispering, "She's keeping it. No, I'll take care of it." Turns out Mrs. Carter's sweet little old lady son had been dead for 8 years. She'd been posing as Emily online. Same photos, same stories to lure men to the house, then drugging them in the basement because in her mind they were all replacements for her son. And Emily? She'd decided Emily was going to be the new mommy in her fantasy. When the cops raided the place, they found 15 driver's licenses, piles of men's clothes, and a room wallpapered with photos of Emily, some taken through her bedroom window with a telephoto lens. Emily didn't just move. She joined the Federal Witness Protection Program under a whole new identity. New face, minor surgery, the works. She still flinches every time an old lady smiles at her. Story 4. The one who's probably watching you right now. Kayla, Seattle, Washington, 2022. This one's the worst because it never ended. Kayla starts noticing a black Subaru following her commute. Same car, different plates every time, like he's swapping them out. She calls the cops, they run the plates, all stolen. Then the gifts start showing up inside her apartment. Not on the doorstep, inside. A single red rose on her kitchen counter, a box of her favorite childhood cereal she hasn't bought in years, a Polaroid of her sleeping with "soon" written on the bottom. She moves 3 times. Every single time, within a week, there's a knock at the door at exactly 3:33 a.m. No one there, just a post-it note that says, "I miss the old place." Cops set up stings, stakeouts, everything. Nothing. The guy's a ghost. He never sends digital stuff, no texts, no emails, no trail. Just physical things that prove he's been inches from her when she thought she was alone. Last anyone heard from Kayla was a voice message to her sister. "If I disappear, don't look for me. Just tell everyone I died. It's the only way he'll stop." 2 days later, her apartment was empty. Suitcases gone, phone wiped, accounts closed. No body, no crime scene, no Kayla. Some people think she's dead. Some people think she finally pulled off the perfect disappearance. But here's the part that still keeps me up at night. 3 separate women in the Pacific Northwest have reported the exact same black Subaru, the exact same 3:33 a.m. knock, and the exact same "I miss the old place" note in the last year. So yeah, lock your doors, check your attic, change your passwords, and maybe keep one eye in the rearview mirror. Because some of them never stop, and some of them are still out there. Sleep tight, guys. See you in the next one, if you dare.